Hey guys, I haven't made a video in a while. A lot's been going on in my life. We did get to Sacramento, Fairfield. We got here Thursday night. I guess it's the 4th, I guess. And the movers, well, I was the mover. I had a couple of guys come and help me that next day, and we got everything busted out. So we've just kind of been taking it one day at a time and enjoying our new house and the scenery and putting the house together a little bit by a little bit. Had a horrible day today, like one of the worst days of my whole life, probably top 5 at least. I had not told my parents about my transition yet. They were the last people to know. And I wanted to go to their house and talk to them face to face about this decision, and that's not working out. I had called my mom yesterday to find out if they were going to be home. They have a tendency to kind of get up and run around every now and then, take off to Shreveport or whatever. So I called to see if they were going to be home, and she was like, well, what are you doing? And I said that I needed to come home and talk to them. And she kind of tried to get it out of me, and I just kept saying I didn't want to talk about it over the phone. And my parents worked for an airline, so she said that they may be able to get me on a pass to come home, and that my stepdad would call me, and with the flights and whatever. So this morning, I woke up with such a heavy heart. I just woke up and my heart hurt so bad, and it's just sometimes you just need a good cry, and I'd had a lot going on in my life, and not really need to cry, but just I don't know, I just felt like shedding, I guess, sometimes, and I'm not ashamed of that. So I was having a good cry, I was feeling better, I guess. And my therapist called in the middle of that, and she was just kind of trying to check up on me. We had needed to make a phone appointment to talk. So she was like, oh, are you okay? And I'm like, actually, I'm doing really well. I just, one of those times, so I hung up the phone with her and was kind of getting my groove back, I guess. My dad calls like 9 minutes later. This is all before 11 in the morning, by the way. So, and so I answered the phone because I think we were going to talk about the flights or whatever, and he's like, well, your mom said you need to come and talk to us about something, and I'm like, yeah. And he goes, well, it sounds like it's pretty important, and I'm like, well, it is to me, yeah. And he said, well, there had been a lot of talk since yesterday about what it could be, and he said, we want to know if you're having a sex change. And wow, talk about getting caught completely, not only off guard, but just in a weak point anyway, And he was like, well, I'm taking your silence as affirmative, and it just all went downhill from there. That was so not the way I wanted this to go, I really wanted this to be a healthy thing for them and for me. I never really anticipated it going that way, except for like a worst case scenario, and I guess worst case scenario was it. Not supposed to smoke in the house, but I really wanted to make the video, and I was going to do it outside, and then there was a guy next door doing a weed eater, so whatever. guess the worst part about all of that was that my stepdad and I have gone through a lot of growth together in a lot, in our years, and I thought we had really come to a place where we were talking to each other as adults and in a respectful manner, and I felt like I was really teleported back to being a teenager, and so that stunk. And the other thing that really bothered me was that I feel like this conversation with my parents has been one of the hardest things I've ever thought about doing. And I really wanted to have that conversation with my mom, and I didn't get to. And she gets to hear it from somebody else. And she gets to hear what he heard through my words and not through me and not what I said. And that sucks. That's not really how I wanted that to go at all. So yeah, after that I just got off the phone and oh man, I don't know. He said so many things. He hit on every single fear that I had as far as talking to them, as far as, things that I had talked to my therapist about and really made a lot of effort into coming from me, really. I knew that this was not going to be taken well. I knew that. I had no illusions about that. I really didn't. But I thought I would at least get a chance to talk about it. And, I don't know, be heard, I guess. And there were so many things I wanted to talk to my mom about. And she asked me all the time when I was a little kid why I was so angry. It was a big thing. I wanted to look at her and tell her that it wasn't her fault, and it was nothing that she did or didn't do. And I know now why I'm angry, why I was angry, and that I'm not angry anymore. And that I'm ready to be a happy, whole person. And it really saddens me that I'm losing them. Because I love them very much. I gave them my U2 screen name, which I don't know if that was probably a huge mistake. I didn't even know that I had done it until it was already done, which is so weird because I've given no one this account. This was just for me. And so I don't know if they've seen any of this yet, or if they're going to see this video or what. I'm still going to go to Houston. I'm still going to go down there. There's some people I really want to see, and they really want to see me. I have some really fantastic family and fantastic friends. So I think I am going to go down there. I'm going to try to start another video. I think this one is really messed up.